Kelsey's kitchen. Come on in, come on in. And if your belly's got that itching, come on in, come on in. The main ingredient is a pinch of loving, and only the best comes out of Kelsey's oven. Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Welcome to Kelsey's Kitchen. I'm Kelsey Nixon, and this is where we make fast, fun, and affordable meals. One of the greatest things about being in college is college sports, primarily football. And nothing's better than getting together with a group of friends and throwing a great party during the big game. One of the things that I always like to have at my parties is good food, obviously. So I've got 3 amazing, fast, fun, and affordable dishes that you're not going to want to have missing from your next football party. And we also have a special treat later on in the show. We've got the one and the only Curtis Brown coming in from the BYU football team to help us cook up a little something special in the kitchen. So you're going to want to stick around for that. First, let's get started by making this chili cheese dip. Now, what's a great party without a great dip? Well, it's kind of essential. So this is something that fits the bill. First thing we're going to use is some cream cheese. Now, I've let this sit out for about 30 minutes just till it's softened. And the reason is because it's easier to spread once it's softened. But cream cheese it's a nice creamy texture. It has a nice creamy texture that's good in all sorts of dips. This is going in the bottom, and I'm just using one package for this, and I'm using an 8x6 dish. Now you could cook this in several different dishes. You could use a 9x13. If doing so, I would double all of my ingredients. Or you could use a pie plate. A glass pie plate would work good as well. Just want to make sure that the entire bottom gets covered. Okay. Once you've got your cream cheese spread around, we're going to add the next layer, which is some green chilies. Now, I happen to love green chilies, especially in all different types of dips that I make. So I am going to add a whole 4-ounce can of these, but I know lots of people that don't like green chilies. So if you happen to be one of those people, then don't worry about skipping these and maybe substituting them with something else, like a green onion would work, or maybe even jalapeno peppers if you're wanting a little bit of kick into it. So once that's done, I'm going to distribute this chili. It's 1 can, a 15-ounce can of chili, and I am using the jalapeno hot chili because I do like a little bit of heat in my dip. And this is, kind of easier to buy the chili with the jalapeno already in it rather than cutting up a jalapeno pepper. It's actually really good, but you could use, regular chili. There's vegetarian chili. Anything will work. One of the things that's great about this dip is that it's easy to have everything you need on hand to make it, so that if you have guests show up at the last minute or something like that, you can just throw it together in no time. Okay, now that's done, we're going to top this with the most important ingredient, cheese, of course. I have 1 cup of cheddar cheese, and this just goes right over the top of this, and sliced ripe olives. And I like using olives because I like the taste of olives, but I also like the nice contrast in color with the bright yellow cheese and the black olives. And I'm a firm believer in the fact that your food tastes as good as it looks. So we're just going to top these. The last thing we're going to do is stick this in an oven at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. And if you don't have that much time, you can stick it in the microwave for about 5. Get the same results. Stick this in here. When you're done, your dip will have the cheese bubbling and will be hot and ready to go, and it tastes great. You'll want to stick around. I'm going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're making the classic football food, spicy chicken wings, and it's an incredible recipe. So stick around.
Hello. The job market is a competitive place. In today's economy, extra skills mean a better job for you. Speaking English is the skill you need for greater opportunity, more money, and a brighter future. Introducing Hello Channel, an exciting new television channel that teaches English as you watch TV. There's something for everyone, And the more you watch, the faster you'll learn. All you have to do is say hello.
We know where they've taken her.
In a defining time, amid a noble quest, a bond is forged.
We are here to save the princess.
But the princess is sleeping. Sorry.
Imagine what a little time can do for your family.
The princess is sleeping.
Oh, sorry. Excuse us. Shh.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Kelsey's Kitchen. Now it's time to make that classic football food, these sweet and spicy wings. And I'm telling you, the recipe's to die for. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to use is a cup of honey. Now, one trick that I always like to remind the viewers is to spray their measuring cups with a little bit of non-stick spray before you put sticky things like peanut butter or honey into your measuring cups, because then most of the honey gets in the bowl rather than staying in the measuring cup. So that's good. Next thing we're adding is a half cup of soy sauce, followed by the key ingredient. Now this is the kicker. This is the Louisiana hot sauce, and this is my favorite kind of hot sauce to use. And if you like a little kick to those wings, I suggest using this. I'm putting 2 tablespoons in this recipe, but if you like your wings particularly hot, add a little bit more. If you don't like very much spice, add a little less. Okay, 2 tablespoons of that. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ketchup, which is always a good ingredient, followed by 2 tablespoons of oil. And last but not least, we're going to chop a clove of garlic. Now, I really like garlic because it's a really easy way to add a lot of flavor to any dish. The way to chop up this garlic is you're actually going to take your knife and just slam down on that. The skin will peel just right off. Then I'm going to cut off just this end. This kind of has somewhat of a bitter taste that you really don't want in anything you're cooking. Now I'm just going to chop this really fine. And when chopping garlic, the finer that you chop it, the more potent the flavor it is. And we want as much flavor as possible. So I'm really going to try and get this pretty fine. All you need is 1 clove of garlic for this recipe. Garlic's really inexpensive, and like I said, it's just packed with flavor. So it's a good ingredient to keep on hand and to use. A little bit more. There we go. I'm going to take this and throw this in my wing mixture. You know, lots of chicken wing recipes require marinating for a couple of hours or frying the chicken, which, I mean, those are great recipes too, but this is just a nice recipe that's easy to throw together. You can, you know, have the wings in the oven in under 5 minutes, and they taste great. So it's something I recommend. Now make sure you whisk all these ingredients together. The honey will tend to stick to the bottom of the bowl, but if you whisk it real good, you'll have no problem getting it all incorporated. And the honey with that hot sauce, I mean, it's the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. Okay, now that we've got that done, I'm going to move my cutting board right over here and tackle these wings. Now, another thing that's going to add spice to these babies is some pepper, some fresh ground pepper. So make sure you pepper your wings really good. And, you know, chicken wings kind of surprised me. They're a lot less inexpensive than I thought ever. I mean, I got 4 pounds of chicken wings for under $5. And I'm just working with 2 pounds today, but that's a steal, man. It's a good deal. Okay, once those are peppered, we're going to take our mixture and just pour it right over our wings. And try to get it as even as possible so that every wing is evenly coated. Great, now once that's on, I like to take a brush and take some of this and just make sure that I've gotten all the crevices, get these as coated as much as possible. Now, one thing I like to do, these are going to bake for 45 minutes in a 350-degree oven. But about 20 minutes into my cooking, I like to open up the oven and do what's called basting, where you do just what I'm doing now. You take your brush and you're just going to take some of this mixture and get it back on these wings. And what that does is it just enhances the flavor and makes the meat just a little bit more tender. So I'd recommend doing that. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought chicken wings that easy? We're going to stick these in the oven. Like I said, 45 minutes at 350, then you're ready to go. I'm going to take a quick break, but when I come back, I have got Curtis Brown with me, BYU's best, the one and only, and I'm going to teach him how to make a little caramel popcorn. So I'm going to teach Curtis something, and we're going to see if he can maybe teach me a thing or two. So stick around.
Learn English and have fun.
Welcome back to Kelsey's Kitchen. Now this is the most exciting part of the show. We have the amazing Curtis Brown here with us today. And thanks for joining us, Curtis. This is so nice of you to stop by.
It's not a problem. I do what I can.
So yeah, welcome to Kelsey's Kitchen.
Great to be here.
Kitchen. And we're going to make a little caramel popcorn.
All right.
You like caramel popcorn?
Love caramel popcorn.
Great, and we're making the right thing. So Curtis and I have melted a stick of butter in these pans, and it's extremely important that you don't burn the butter. I've made this when I have burnt the butter before. Not a good idea. Ruined popcorn. So that's the number one rule to remember when making caramel popcorn.
Got it.
So let's add a cup of brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Used to be my nickname, but
Oh, really? It's a great nickname. I've never had that nickname before.
I don't know.
Next we're adding, this is a cup of light corn syrup. Okay, and I'm going to teach you a trick about this, Curtis. Before I put the corn syrup in these, what do we spray them with?
Pam.
Pan, that's right. So that we get most of the corn syrup actually in the pan, not in the measuring cup. And last but not least, we're going to add half tablespoon of molasses. And that's kind of that secret ingredient. It's going to give it a good little kick. Okay, now, if you wouldn't mind turning those up to high. That's right. We're going to mix these together so they're fully incorporated. Curtis, do you like to cook?
I used to be a pretty good cook, and then I got some roommates that were better cooks, and so I've sort of slipped since then.
You just reap the benefits of learning.
Yeah, so I let them take over the cooking role.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. We're going to wait for this to come to a boil. But while we're waiting, I want to know, Curtis, what's your typical pregame meal?
Pre-game meal, when we're at home, we usually eat at Ruby River. It consists of pasta, ribs, steak, some kind of fish. I don't really know. I'm not a big fan. And bread pudding for dessert with a scoop of ice cream.
So, not caramel popcorn usually?
Not really before a game, but I mean, I think maybe we need to add it, just give us a little kick.
We'll see what you talk to Coach about.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to him about that.
How's it coming? Good?
It's going all right.
You getting close to boiling? Well, while we're still waiting for that, I also want to know, so let's say you're going to watch a big game. You're not playing in a big game, but you're going somewhere to a party. What's kind of some of your favorite football foods?
Definitely have to be tri-tip.
Yeah.
I think, that's the big meal when everybody's tailgating and stuff. And just chicken, a lot of meat, ribs. Anything, anything you can throw on a barbecue, love. So, but my number one favorite would have to be tri-tip.
That's great. I'm right there with you. Okay, mine's starting to boil just a bit. Looks like yours is pretty close. Once our caramel mixture starts to come to a boil, it's going to have to boil for 3.5 minutes. That's what's good about this recipe, is because a lot of caramel popcorn recipes, you have to have a candy thermometer. It's got to get to a certain temperature. It's kind of complicated. But we just got to keep track of 3.5 minutes of this boiling.
Okay.
Then we're going to pour it over our popcorn. But while we do that, we are going to show you a little bit about what those, awesome BYU fans do before the game, tailgating. So take a look at this.
Tailgating season is in full swing, and Kelsey's Kitchen team went in search of the essential tailgating foods. Although everybody has their favorites, there's no doubt that the usual hot dogs, hamburgers, and chicken wings always pass the test. Each week, tailgaters make it out, and we wanted to know why.
Why do you do this?
It's fun. BYU football.
That's right.
That's why we do it.
Everybody comes ready with chips, drinks, and side dishes, but in the tailgating world, there's no rule against sharing.
It's just a giant community, so like you use whoever's grill is just going the best. So that's why like everybody's just, hops on the grill.
The Cougars don't need tailgaters to win, but it sure keeps the fans happy and full during the games.
Learn English on your level, in your home, on your schedule. Introducing Hello Channel, an exciting new way to learn English as you build a better future. Join us and say hello.
We got some pretty good BYU fans, don't we, Curtis?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, most of the time, we never even get a chance as players to see the tailgaters, but it's amazing to see, them out there supporting us and getting excited for the games.
Absolutely, absolutely. I got some good tailgating ideas there. Well, good. Looks like our caramel mixture is just about ready. We got to add one more ingredient.
All right.
Now this is some baking powder, and I'm just going to add half a teaspoon, and you can do the same. What this is going to do is it's going to make it frothy.
Frothy, that's an impressive word you got there.
Yeah, frothy. Easier to mix the popcorn with, Yeah, so just mix that in real good. And we can turn the heat off if you don't mind.
Okay.
Great. And once that's mixed in, we're just going to transfer it to our bowls of popcorn. Now, Curtis, I seriously went the easy way, and I just popped microwave popcorn. This is one bag for me, one bag for you.
That's cool.
It's easy as it comes. Okay, so right over the top here. And we're going to kind of do a flipping motion with our wooden spoons to make sure this popcorn gets evenly coated. Stick that back there. Looks good. Okay, now so you're just going to kind of go to the bottom and flip it on over. Like I said, this is a one bag microwave popcorn, but if you were making it for like a big crowd to come over, you could pop 2 bags and just combine our ingredients together.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, you've asked me, what are your favorite foods to eat before a big game?
Oh, what are my favorite foods to eat before? Curtis, that's a good question. There's very few foods that I dislike, but I'm kind of a treaty kind of girl. I like the sweet stuff,
Oh, that's good.
So I like Muddy Buddies. I like, sometimes when you make the football cake, when you make the football fill-out cake, I'm all about that. I really like that.
That's awesome.
And I'm a big fan of Diet Dr. Pepper, Curtis. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Anytime I'm celebrating or kind of kicking back, got a Diet Dr. Pepper with me.
Good stuff.
Real good stuff. How's your popcorn looking?
It's looking great.
Looking good? Almost ready to give it a taste?
Believe so.
Good. Curtis, I'm quite impressed with your cooking skills.
I think it all comes from my mom. My mom was a great cook, and I think that kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. So I owe all of it to her.
You're multi-talented. Quite the football player, quite the cook. There's, what else is there?
Good looks.
And you got that covered. Okay, Curtis, let's give this a try.
All right.
It might be a little warm, but I think we're gonna be okay.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is good. Real good.
Wow.
Not bad.
I'm impressed myself. It's pretty good.
Good.
Hot though. Well, good.
That's great. Well, thank you for joining us today on Kelsey's Kitchen. I hope that you found some good ideas for some football food to make for the big game, and really want to thank Curtis for taking time to come on and help us out. It's been quite a treat, Curtis.
Oh, well, thank you, Kelsey. Thanks for having me. Just had one question. I see you don't have an ingredients book here with you. Where can I get these ingredients and tips on how to make great caramel popcorn?
Well, you know what, Curtis? I'm glad you asked, because we have a website. that you can go to. It's www.kelseykitchen.com, and you can actually find all the recipes from all the dishes that we make here on Kelsey's Kitchen. So
awesome.
Great. Well, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next time.